motherly responsibilities in the household and vice versa?
Most definitely.
Why?
Um, well, first you have single fathers just like you have single mothers. You feel me? And women have a lot of intuition. Men have intuition as well. And how we see our mothers raise us, we learn a lot of things from our mothers, and we can apply that to how we raise, our children.
Right. Okay. Do you think boys and girls should be brought up differently? Why?
Yes,
Why?
because boys and girls are emotionally different. Girls deal with heartbreaks different than how men would deal with heartbreaks, and they just deal with they deal with society differently than each other. Like a man, society is more built for a man. Believe it. I mean, that's just the way it is, and I mean it's harder. It's harder on women than it is for guys. So that's what it is.
All right. What makes a vehicle masculine or feminine? Do automakers attempt to appeal to either sex?
A vehicle is made masculine or feminine based on the size. Smaller cars, more petite cars are geared towards women. The muscle cars are more for guys, and the colors play a big part as well. You wouldn't really see a guy with like a hot red or something like that, or a lime green car. That would be more for female.
What are the three top terms that you define masculinity?
Masculinity, I define it as hardworking, spontaneous, and daring.
And as for females, how do you define femininity?
Beautiful, complex, emotional.
In just a few words, can you share a story with us today of how you experienced discrimination because of femininity or masculinity?
For a certain point in my career, I had thought that people may have thought that they didn't think that I was going to be able to do hair as well as I do because I was a man. But I feel like I proved otherwise with that. But that was my moment that I had.
Okay. Do you see more cosmetologists in your field today that are men?
Yes. Men took over probably a couple years ago.
Oh, wow.
It's always been a lot of men, but like it's more and more. Everybody's paying attention to hair now, so now you see who's actually behind the chair.
Is there a stronger confidence in men in the hair field?
Yes, because it's a lot of things that we don't even worry about, a lot of problems that will never exist with us when it comes to servicing a woman,
Okay.
like another woman, two women would.
You think women are more comfortable with men doing the hair as so females?
It all depends on the person and the personality. It all depends on the person. I can't speak for everybody.
All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Have
No
a great
problem.
day.
My name is Justin. This is for Cultural Anthropology. And your name is?
Talia Wilson.
Great. I just have a few questions for you. Won't take too long. My first question is are fathers capable of committing motherly responsibilities in the household? And vice versa.
I believe that they are. I believe that the father is able to take on so-called motherly duties, and as well as mothers are able to take on fatherly duties if the father or the mother isn't present in the situation.
Great. Can you give me some type of examples, if any?
I could think of, I had a good friend who didn't have his father in the home, so his mom used to have him spend a lot of time with his uncles and things like that because he didn't have a father in the home. So he would do things or activities that a father would do with his son, with his uncles instead.
Do you feel that those are kind of like gender appropriate and everything?
I believe so.
Great. And do you think boys and girls should be brought up differently? And why?
I do believe that they should be, I guess as far as As far as like discipline and how you raise up or rear your children, I believe that those, I guess, standards should be the same. However, I do think that gender does play a role in how children may be disciplined, how children may be reared in a way. That makes sense.
That makes sense. What makes a vehicle masculine or feminine? Do automakers attempt to appeal to either sex?
I believe they definitely do. I noticed that a lot of times, like when you see an attractive woman driving like I don't know, like I could think like a Jetta or something like that. It's just like it's kind of geared towards the feminine type female, I guess, is what I would think. And then when I think of Dodge Ram, I think of RAR. Or when I think of Ford or Chevy, you know, the power behind it and all that. That's all driven for men. So if it's a truck, usually it's a man's car, but the vans are for the women with the kids. I see a lot of that too.
So a van can be for a man with 2 kids?
I mean, it can be, but however, I think it's more marketable towards women because most women are primary caretakers of the children.
What make, model, and color car do you drive?
A 2010 Hyundai Accent.
Do you think that's geared to women or men?
I think it's geared to a college student that needs good gas mileage and needs a dependable car.
What is your ideal car?
Oh, my ideal car?
Your ideal car.
Probably a Mustang.
Can I ride with you?
Maybe.
My next question is, do men or women make best supervisors? Or both?
I don't feel that it's really a male or a female. I believe that both can be great supervisors. However, I do find that women that are supervisors tend to get a little more emotionally involved in some matters that they perhaps shouldn't, and that their male counterparts wouldn't, I feel. But outside of that, I really believe that both sexes can do just as well as each other in management.
What differentiates either sex as a supervisor?
Could you state that again?
What differentiates either sex as a supervisor?
Really, I would say I don't feel anything. Supervisor is supervisor, whether they're male or female.
What are 3 top terms that you use to define masculinity?
Fast, hard, and instant. That describes masculinity to me.
Fast, hard, and instant?
Yes.
I'll note that. What are 3 top terms that you define define masculinity? I'm sorry, femininity.
Oh. Soft, calm, and careful.
In just a few words, can you share a story where you experienced discrimination because of your feminism or masculinism?
Because of my femininity or my masculinity?
Femininity, since you're female.
Oh, okay, I got it. I guess as a female, like in a purely male-driven world, like if something happens to you or you experience something and you're upset about it and you express yourself and you kind of go over the top with it and you really you go concrete, like you really let somebody know how you feel about it. I've had people say that that's a masculine trait, but I don't understand that because it's just me expressing myself. That has nothing to do with femininity or masculinity, I don't feel. That's just speaking your mind. But that's things that in this society that will be said about women. Saying a woman is boisterous because she's, giving a piece of her mind. So that's something really common that I think probably every woman's probably faced in life.
So if I heard you correctly, are you stating that a woman that voices her opinion could be geared as not feminine?
Yes, could be geared as not feminine, brute. They expect you, like the society expects you to just stand still and just take what you're dealt because you're a woman and you should just look down at the ground and, have your feelings in the inward and have your feelings turned inward, basically, and don't express it. That's a man's job. Your job is just to be quiet and just handle it and take it.
All right, thank you. That concludes our question and answer dialogue. Can fathers perform motherly responsibilities in the household?
Absolutely.
Okay. Should boys and girls be brought up differently?
No. Should both be raised the same. This is a world of equality. Granted, yes, they have their differences, which those differences should be separated, but in a general society, no. I swear to God, if my daughter wants to play football, she's gonna go out there and kick some ass.
What makes a vehicle masculine or feminine? Do you feel that automakers attempt to appeal to either sex?
I believe they do. Sound. Oh my God. You gotta think, 67 Camaro, probably about one of the loudest cars in the world.
Yeah.
You won't see too many feminine females driving that car. You most likely find them in a Prius. You can't even hear when it's right behind you.
Describe 3 words for masculinity.
Close, but I'm gonna go with beard. Beard is something that most women cannot grow. I like the male idea. Male is a nice one. And then the muscle, because it's actually in there. Masculine, muscular, same thing.
And 3 words for femininity.
Acrylic nails. Is that 1 or 2?
That's 1.
That's
Acrylic.
All right, makeup. God, that sounds horrible. Perms.
A perm?
Perms.
Thank you. And
That's not quite a perm.
have you been discriminated due to being masculine
No.
or male?
No. Oh, well, once I was asked to politely step out of the female bathroom.
Okay.
I was discriminated. I was not allowed in the female bathroom because I was a male. That's discrimination.
May I ask what age you were? Just
Oh God, I was probably 4 or 5.
Oh, okay.
I just walked in the wrong door.
Do men or women make better supervisors?
Neither. They would both either be good or bad. If you're a good supervisor, you're a good supervisor. If you're a bad supervisor, you're a bad supervisor.
So it's safe to say based on individual.
Based on sex, absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That concludes the interview. Have a good day. Do you feel that fathers can perform motherly responsibilities?
Yes, absolutely.
Should boys and girls be brought up differently? If so, and why?
In one aspect, I think they should. In some other aspects, I don't think they should. I think it's a male-driven society where we, like, for instance, like saying, like, you throw like a girl. I think girls grow up right away thinking that they're less than, right off the bat. So I think there are some things that are could be changed and approached differently. But I also think girls look good in pink and boys look good in blue.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
All right. What makes a vehicle masculine or feminine?
By society's standards or by my standards?
According to like automakers, do you think they appeal to either sex to make them, more masculine or feminine for sales?
Oh, of course. I know. I have a brother who works for one of the big 3, and they usually design cars based on insects. They take the design of an insect and kind of modify it towards a car. And I know that there are some types of insects that are feminine insects that they use to model what would be a quote-unquote feminine car or a masculine car.
All right. And can you describe 3 words for masculinity?
Masculinity, muscles, male, and mustache.
And can you describe 3 words for femininity?
So for females, I'm gonna go with mustache again. No, just kidding. No. I'll go with strong, intuitive, and what about a negative societal one? Dainty.
Okay. And have you ever been discriminated due to being masculine or male?
I know there's a type of female that doesn't like very masculine guys, so I guess it's not really discrimination, it's just their preference. But I know that exists, so if you want to consider that discrimination, I can't recall a time where I was actually discriminated against, like where it kept me from something.
Okay. Do men or women make better supervisors?
Do men or women better supervisors? It depends on the person. I don't think there's a sex that is better than the other. I think that men have been in the role for a much longer time, so female supervisors usually probably get a bad rap when they get in that position because they're going against a system that's been in place for years. So anything they do, like if a boss is a male boss is a hard ass, they're just, the employee will just say, that guy's, my boss is a dick, and it's fine. And if his boss is a female, he's gonna say, all women are the worst supervisors ever, and you find the difference right off the bat. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like in all conflict, you find the difference. So I think it's really easy to call out a female and say like, I can't believe I have this girl supervisor. She's just, girl supervisors are the worst. And then, okay.
All right, thank you. That concludes the interview. Have a good day.